You have dreams, big dreams, the kind of dreams that stretch the limits of possibility and stir something deep inside you. Dreams so bold, so powerful, they wake you up at night, they push you to rise before dawn, and they fill you with an unstoppable hunger. Dreams that make you believe there is more to life than the ordinary, more than just surviving, more than simply existing. But here's the truth. The hardest part isn't dreaming. Dreaming is easy. Dreaming is free. Dreaming doesn't ask anything of you except your imagination and your heart. And most people stop there. The world is filled with dreamers. But dreamers are not the ones who make history. Dreamers are not the ones who change the world. Dreamers are not the ones who leave a legacy. Dreamers talk, they plan, they fantasize about what they will do, and yet, somehow, they never actually do. They talk about their big plans, their grand visions, their one-day moments, and that's where it ends. You see, words, no matter how well spoken, no matter how passionate, are nothing more than air. Words are nothing unless they are backed by action. You've heard the stories, haven't you? Of the Edisons, the Fords, the Carnegies, the Disney's men who had the same dreams as the rest of us. But what set them apart? They didn't just talk about their dreams. They didn't just tell others what they were going to do. They did it. They worked tirelessly, behind the scenes, in silence. They didn't need anyone's approval. They didn't need applause. They needed only one thing, the courage to act. In today's world, we've become obsessed with telling everyone what we plan to do. We've become addicted to the validation of others. We want people to know our dreams, to hear our goals, to tell us how amazing our ideas are. We want people to praise us, to congratulate us before we even lift a finger. And so we talk, and we talk. We talk until we've exhausted ourselves with words. And yet, nothing changes. Nothing moves forward. But the truth is this: the more you talk about your dreams, the less likely you are to ever see them come to life. Because in giving words to your plans, you've already fed that small part of your brain that craves recognition. You've already received your reward. And so the hunger begins to fade. The desire to act slips away, replaced by a false sense of accomplishment. But real accomplishment isn't found in words. It's found in action. Action is the only thing that separates the dreamers from the doers. While dreamers stay lost in their minds, lost in their conversations, doers get to work. They build in silence. They work when no one is watching. They invest their energy into their craft, their vision, their purpose. They don't wait for validation because they understand that validation doesn't create success. Only action does. And this is where most people falter. They think that the dream itself is enough. They think that the vision is enough. But you know what? Vision without action is just fantasy. It's just a thought. And thoughts alone don't change anything. Thoughts are the beginning, but action is what makes things real. It's easy to imagine success, isn't it? It's easy to picture the life you want, the riches, the recognition, the accomplishments. But here's the reality. The world doesn't reward dreams. The world rewards execution. The world rewards the people who do. The doers are the ones who rise at 5 a.m. They are the ones who put in the long hours, who sacrifice weekends, who face setbacks without giving up. They are the ones who look failure in the face, stand tall, and keep moving forward. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait for the stars to align. They act. But action doesn't come easily. It's not as glamorous as the vision. It's not as shiny as the dream. It requires something far more powerful: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between the dream and reality. Discipline is the thing that turns your thoughts into deeds, your ideas into actions. Without discipline, all you have is a dream. You must embrace discipline, even when it feels like the world is moving too fast, even when you feel overwhelmed, even when you don't know how you're going to get there. Discipline is what keeps you going when everything else tells you to stop. Think about the greatest minds in history. Think about how many of them faced setbacks, failure, rejection. Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He failed thousands of times before he found success, but he kept going. Ford didn't create a mass production model of the automobile by sitting around waiting for the perfect idea. He failed countless times, but he kept building. And they didn't just talk about their failures. They didn't wallow in their mistakes. They didn't share their setbacks with the world. They learned. They adapted. They moved forward. They understood that success wasn't a straight line, but a winding road filled with obstacles. And the only way to move forward was through action. This is where belief comes in. Belief is the fuel that powers your actions. But belief alone isn't enough. You can believe all day long that you will succeed, but without action, your belief is just a nice thought. Belief fuels your discipline. It makes you push through the moments of doubt. It makes you get up again after you fall down. But belief isn't just about believing in yourself. It's about believing in the process, believing in the journey, believing in your ability to adapt, to learn, to evolve. And the more you act, the more you believe. The more you believe, the more you do. The cycle begins and the momentum builds. And this is why resilience is so important, because the road won't always be easy. You will face failure. You will face rejection. You will face obstacles that seem insurmountable. But the difference between dreamers and doers is resilience. Dreamers give up when things get tough. They stop when they hit a wall. But doers, they find a way around the wall. They find a way to keep moving forward. Resilience is the backbone of success. It's the quality that allows you to persevere when everything tells you to quit. It's the force that drives you to keep going when you feel like you have nothing left. And it's the reason why the doers are the ones who succeed, while the dreamers are left behind. But here's the thing. The journey to success is not a straight line. It's filled with uncertainty, with detours, with unexpected turns. You must learn to embrace the unknown. You must learn to be adaptable. Flexibility is key. You can't control everything. You can't predict the future, but you can control your response to what comes your way. You can control your actions. This is where clarity of purpose becomes your greatest ally. When you know exactly why you're doing something, when you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, nothing can stand in your way. Purpose gives you focus. It gives you direction. And without purpose, you are lost. But even with purpose, even with belief, and even with resilience, you still need action. You still need to do the work. And not just once, not just when it's easy, but every single day. You need to act when you're tired. You need to act when no one is watching. You need to act when the road ahead seems impossible. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much you talk. It's not about how much you dream. It's about how much you do. And when you do, the world will notice. The world will see your results. And that, my friend, is when the dreamers become the doers